Salam sejahtera dan selamat pagi kepada Menteri Besar Selangor yang amat berhormat Datuk Seri Amiruddin bin Syari, Penasihat KLSCAH Datuk Tan Yew Sing, Pengerusi Jawatan Kuasa Penganjur Ulang 100 Tahun KLSCAH Datuk Seri Chong Kep Ping, Pengerusi Jawatan Kuasa Penganjur Simposium Dasar Kebangsaan KLSCAH Encik Yo An Tai. Selamat pagi kepada Wakil Persatuan dan NGO, pemimpin pendapat, tetamu kehormat dan wakil media. The team carrying forward a century of achievements and creating a millennium of success has been set for the Kuala Lumpur and Selangor Chinese Assembly Hall as it enters its centenary. The pioneers of the era voyaged across the sea and faced numerous challenges as they journey southwards, eventually settling here. They took root in this land, expanding boundaries and establishing the precursor of the Kuala Lumpur and Selangor Chinese Assembly Hall, originally known as the Selangor Chinese Assembly Hall. It emerged 100 years ago in 1923, carrying the weight of a century of history. Throughout the vicissitudes of time and the storms of life, the principles guiding this assembly hall have evolved over time. Starting from its founding period, the focus was primarily on Chinese community affairs, gradually transitioning after independence to firmly establish an identity as Malaysians, actively engaging in national and civil matters. In the present day, as advocates of civil society discourse, KLSCAH no longer merely focuses on the Chinese community, nor is it confined to the Kuala Lumpur and Selangor region. It actively transcends regional and racial boundaries, always upholding the principle of raising one's voice when things are not right. Fearless in pointing out contemporary issues, regardless of changes in political powers, KLSCAH firmly adheres to the principle of not pandering to the powerful. Whenever government policy falls short at the federal and state level, criticism is not spared and constructive suggestions are offered. The goal is to be a catalyst for civil society, which is the reason for organizing the National Affairs Conference by KLSCAH. Ladies and gentlemen, for this National Affairs Conference, we are focusing on three major areas: politics, economy, and education. Reflecting on Malaysia's democratic transition, we witnessed the dawn of political reform only after achieving a historic change in federal governments in 2018. Breaking free from nearly 60 years of single-party dominance. From the series of events in 2020, like the Sheraton move, to the present dynamic of multi-party competition and shift towards coalition governments across party lines, Malaysia's politics in recent years can be seen as undergoing the throes of democratic transitioning. Seeking new paths forward, through political ideologies and views among parties still differs, unlike the past monolithic political atmosphere, today's multi-party competition environment pushes each party to break free from a distinct political spectrum. It's evident that amid the current polarization of the gradual expansion of right-wing forces, it is essential for political parties to broaden the possibilities of multi-party competition in the new political order. That should no longer be limiting to playing the field and the game of racial and religious politics. Therefore, we hope to find new directions for optimizing and innovating public policies through the National Affairs Conference. And we anticipate that Civil society groups will continue to build the role of nation building under the new political landscape. Looking back to Malaysia's new economic policy introduced in the 1970s, although it reached its intended time frame in the 1990s, the enduring Bumiputra dominant economic policy continues to shape our country's economic destiny. While everyone is debating the size of the cake, our country's economy has been left behind by other nations. In the recent midterm review report of the 12th Malaysian Plan, announced by Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim, the vision for a vibrant economy, Madani economy, was adjusted to a sustainable, prosperous, and high-income nation. Ministry of Economic Affairs, Rafizi, has pointed out that Malaysia has been trapped in the middle-income trap for many years. He believes that as long as Malaysia maintains substantial economic growth in the coming years, the country could achieve the goal of becoming a high-income nation by 2028. This revisiting of familiar themes seems vivid and reminiscent, echoing back to the Wawasan 2020 advanced by Prime Minister Mahathir before the 1990s, and the new economic model introduced by Prime Minister Najib before 2010. Both leaders expressed their ambitions to elevate Malaysia to a developed country status and high income status, respectively within the specific time frames. However, both aspirations ultimately ended in failure. We believe that Malaysia is caught in the middle-income trap because policies cannot guide the market and transform low-value-added industries into high-value-added industries. The Chinese community holds a significant stake in the country's economy, particularly in the realm of small and medium-sized enterprises. We pay close attention to the reality and conditions of SMEs under national policies and emphasize how SMEs can seize opportunities and thrive in new circumstances. Among today's speakers, we will also address topics related to SMEs with the hope of discovering new development directions for these enterprises. The current international geopolitical situation is complex and unpredictable. With the ongoing strategic competition between major powers like China and the United States, and the reshaping of international supply chains impacting various industries, crises and opportunities coexist. Therefore, understanding how to navigate these new opportunities in response to the evolving situation is crucial. We hope the speakers can provide guidance for our people on how to adapt to this new reality and seize the emerging opportunities. Education is the foundation of a nation, and its impact on social mobility has always been crucial. The level of educational development is a significant factor in determining whether individuals have the ability to move up a higher social class. People who receive higher education have a higher chance of improving their quality of life compared to those who drop out of school. Especially in the era of widespread artificial intelligence and Industry 4.0, it is concerning to see a significant decline in the number of students studying STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics subjects in recent years. According to statistics, less than 20% of students in Malaysia pursue STEM subjects from secondary school to university. STEM education forms the cornerstone for a nation's transitioning towards technological development. If we only have a small number of students pursuing these subjects, how can we drive the direction of the country's future technological reforms? Therefore, the Minister of Education needs to review the current STEM education curriculum to ensure it aligns with the development of the current era of artificial intelligence. It is essential to innovate and keep the curriculum up to date. In addition to adjusting textbooks and teaching methods based on market demand, and may I also say, keep the curiosity of students alive. Ongoing collaboration between the Minister of Education and the Ministry of Science, Technology, and Innovation is necessary and affirmed to enhance practical teachings in STEM within the country. This can be achieved through hands-on practical experience and interactive teaching methods to stimulate students' interest in STEM education. Looking back at the 4 speakers on the education team at today's National Affairs Conference, they will provide us with their forward-looking perspectives on the macro development of our foundational and higher education, the relationship between education and ethnic relations, and the future of education. Let us eagerly listen and learn from their insightful views. Ladies and gentlemen, the organizing of this National Affairs Conference by KLSCAH does not mark the end of or conclusion of celebrating our centennial milestone. Instead, it signifies a new beginning. We have invited experienced and knowledgeable individuals in the fields of economics, politics, and education to share their expertise and insights. Together, we aim to explore the reform directions for the nation in the next decade. The outcome of this forum, which will be gathered and summarized by us, will not be left to gather dust. We believe that action is essential for progress. Therefore, we are planning to host a retrospective and prospective roundtable forum at the end of the year. The main purpose of this forum is to explore the future directions of the Chinese community. We will invite our member organizations and major Chinese organizations to brainstorm and guide us towards a new path for transformation and reform for the Chinese community. Finally, I wish today's National Affairs Conference a smooth and fruitful progress. May everyone benefit greatly from the insightful discussions. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ngan Teng Ye, for the wonderful speech. You may now be seated.